Hello guys, so Dune Part 2 just came out and I decided to watch the Part 1 first before go on to watch the Part 2. So while I was watching the Part 1, I saw this planet, the Spice Planet, and I thought, how can this be recreated in After Effects? Then I remember making a tutorial months back about how to install a plugin that helps you create realistic planets in After Effects. And the good thing about this plugin is that it's totally free and really powerful to use, and you can also combine this with GeoLayers if you have to create globe map, which I've also done a tutorial on, and I'll be linking all that in the description below. So I'm trying to see if I can recreate this. So for this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create a planet and a moon. Just it's really simple, and I'll just be taking you through the absolute basic on how to use this plugin. So there are lots of tutorials out there on YouTube that you can watch to recreate this, but I recommend that you watch the tutorial from the actual creators of this plugin, Video Copilot. They did a detailed well-detailed tutorial on how to use this plugin. Then after creating a composition, let's add a new layer, a solid. Let's create a solid. Make sure it's the same size as your composition, then click OK. Then my composition is 20 seconds. We don't really need that, so I'll just put it at 10. Then I'll go down to effects and presets, then search for Orb plugin. Then I'll search for Orb plugin. Just type in Orb here, and you can drag this VC Orb into your too. So I'll just make this a third so it moves faster, and like this we have a 360 sphere or a circle or orb that we can use. So the other things we need to do, we need to add a camera. Let's add the light first. We need to add the point light, make the intensity 100% and let the rest of the settings like that, then click OK. Then also add a camera because this is 3D. We need to add a camera here. Then I'll make this 35mm camera, then leave the rest of the settings as it is. You can change any of them when you want, but for this tutorial I will just use this. Then I will drag this out to the end here, and like that. So actually the advantage of this plugin is that you can load in textures, any kind of texture you want into this plugin. So I'll be importing a few textures that I've downloaded. I downloaded them from Solar Texture, and I'll be putting down the link. So I downloaded a Mars texture which looks like the Spice Planet, and also this month series. I'll be importing the both of them into our composition. Yeah, so they are pretty large. It's like 8K, which really works well. So I'll just bring down the mass texture first. Then we don't really need it to stay in the background, so we'll just disable it by clicking this icon here. So what we need to do is go into the orb, click on the orb layer, then click on effects and preset tab, then go down to the map section, then click here and load the texture into this. And from here you can already see we have something already, but let's go ahead, we'll load that same texture into our glossiness layer. Then also we'll load it into our bump map. So when we load it to our bump map, you see something interesting happening here. Let me see if I can increase this. You see that it has like a bit of mountains and valleys and just layer, signifying that it's kind of like a planet. So after this, what we need to do, we need to reduce. So go down to the material and reduce the glossiness so it looks more like a planet. So then there are a lot of settings that you can really mess with here. You can change the face where you want the map to face, and lots of stuff that you can do here. I don't really want to mess around with some of the stuff, so I'll just go back to where I was before. So there are lots of settings that you can work with here to create what you want. So I'm going to move my light to the edge so it looks like a sun casting light on one side of our planet. Yeah, so just from these few settings we already have something close that looks like a planet, but you can still do more to this. You can add in clouds, atmosphere, haze, so to make it more realistic, and so many other things that you can take advantage of in this plugin and really and really to get what you want. You can even add a ring, which I won't be going into, so just watch the actual tutorial to get more. So we need to create a moon, make it smaller. So for this, we'll create another solid layer. We'll create another solid layer and make it the same. Then I'll go back to my projects panel and bring in the layer, the texture for the moon, and also disable it. Also disable this. Then I'll bring this down here below the camera. So for this, I'll also load in the VC Hub into that layer. You can duplicate this first one here, it doesn't matter, you can duplicate it, but just go here, then go down to the map, do the same thing you did for the first one, load in the texture, load it into the, and also the bump map. Sorry, I loaded the wrong one. Just load it. So you can even combine two different layers to get something even different here. You can combine so many, like there are so many things you can do on this texture to get what you want. So just like the former one, I'll reduce the glossiness so it looks more realistic here. Then to make it smaller, it's just really simple. You just go down here and click on your scale, then bring it down a bit, make it smaller, then put it here. Then you can even go further and click here and make it, change the mode to screen, and that's it. So this is basically, or just the basic needs in this plugin. So there are so many other things you can do. As like I've said before, you can watch the main tutorial to take more advantage of this and animate. You can animate the revolution of the planet and the moon and create something very unique to use for your project. So thanks, and here's a preview of what I actually made. So if you really enjoyed this tutorial, please like and subscribe, and please share. Thank you, and to the next tutorial.